If you're an avid internet user, you more than likely have heard of the metaverse. But what exactly is it? And how will it affect the future of technology? That's what we'll be discussing in today's video. Let's get started. You may be familiar with Mark Zuckerberg and his famous social media site Facebook. Well, in just the past few years, Facebook has received a drastic makeover as the company officially changed its name to Meta, unveiling their plans for the metaverse. And what is this metaverse? Essentially, it's an XR, or extended reality, that utilizes technology from augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality in order to create an immersive new world for humans to explore. Whether it's for entertainment like gaming or socializing, or more of the mundane like virtual offices and workspaces, Meta has something for everyone. This need for a shared virtual space was made apparent when the COVID-19 pandemic took the world by storm in early 2020. When the pandemic first began, companies struggled to make the switch from in-office to virtual workspaces. And because of this, Zuckerberg saw the chance to finally introduce the metaverse onto the world. This investment cost Meta over $10 billion. And experts in the XR field say that due to the ever-growing nature of this technology, the cost to keep the metaverse afloat may continue to rise. So, what does this mean exactly for the future of the metaverse? Will Zuckerberg be able to keep up with the XR industry and make the metaverse a household name? Well, a group of experts were asked their opinion on this matter, and the results were actually split fairly evenly. 54% said that they felt the metaverse would soon become an active part in our day-to-day lives, and that it will most likely build up to 500 million users daily as a result of this. The remaining 46% said the opposite, that the metaverse will not be able to keep up with other virtual reality apps and systems, and will therefore become obsolete in the future. What do you think? Will the metaverse become something that we use daily, or is it just another fad? Let us know in the comment section down below. Also, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming content. In the meantime, before we get into the future of the metaverse and whether or not it will live up to all of Zuckerberg's expectations, let's examine what it can do for us now in its current state. As we've previously discussed, the metaverse acts as a virtual meeting space where users can do a variety of things from work, play, and socialize together via their electronic devices. Think of the metaverse as a sort of cyberspace that's been built by Zuckerberg and his team at Meta. Currently, there isn't much to do in the metaverse itself as it's still under development. You may access it from a variety of VR headset devices, but users say it's nothing more than an app store at this point. Some companies have decided to utilize the metaverse's software to build virtual office spaces, where workers can be together in the metaverse while physically working from the comfort of their homes. Even Microsoft wants in on the metaverse office game, as they've announced their plans to join the XR server when it's fully developed. As for the meantime, not much is known about working from the metaverse currently, but just because the software is in its early stages doesn't mean there won't be big things in store as time marches on. Despite experts' belief on whether or not metaverse specifically will become the go-to virtual space, there is one thing that's generally agreed upon. VR and XR are the future. And with the uncertainty of the world, especially regarding COVID-19 and other pandemics, we can expect to see a massive rise in virtual workspaces in the future. But there's another force driving the popularity of these spaces, experts think, and it's none other than money. Virtual workspaces save companies tons of money, especially when it comes to costs associated with renting out an office space. Not even just rent, but daily things like maintenance, pest control, cleaning, and all other nuisances that may cost money. These things are non-existent in the virtual space, and companies can divert their extra funds to more important things like more employee benefits, salary increases, and even taking on more personnel. Studies have shown that employees work much more efficiently from a work-at-home setup. You don't have the allure of the break room or the distractions of other co-workers pulling you away from your work from 9 to 5. Instead, you can work comfortably from a space that is all yours and not a cramped cubicle. Not to mention, the lack of commute is incredibly appealing for most, and a huge reason why many workers prefer to work from home rather than the office. Of course, with Meta's virtual office spaces, this will all be made possible to achieve. Experts also believe that XR technology is growing so rapidly By the year 2040, Meta and other virtual spaces like it will be incredibly easy to access. It's no secret that the switch to at-home work hasn't been easy for everyone, especially those who struggle with technology. The hope is that in 20 years' time, the general public will become so well versed in using tech in their day-to-day lives that logging into a virtual office every day won't be a struggle at all. If you think about it, in 20 years, the young adults who tend to be more savvy with computers will most likely be heading senior positions at said companies. As generations continue to move up in the corporate world, there's no doubt the structure of the workplace will change as well. This is exactly what Meta is hoping for, and is banking on for their success. Speaking of technology improving, one of the major complaints against Meta and virtual reality in general is that the software can often be wonky and filled with bugs. Especially when you factor in body trackers, which are notorious for lagging and creating awkward movements in the VR space. Well, experts in the tech field say that if Meta is to take over as the top used office space in the world, this won't be a problem. Why? Because VR and XR tech is constantly evolving. These bugs will soon be a thing of the past. If we're to aim for the year 2040 as the year Meta takes over physical office spaces, we can expect huge improvements to the immersive experience that VR and XR can offer. Who knows, it may feel like you're physically in the office once you put on that headset. There's so many functions and areas of improvement Meta can focus on before it fully sets out to dominate the workforce. Now, your typical office job wouldn't be the only type of work that could be completed via the metaverse and XR technology. There are so many fields that would be able to utilize this software and be able to achieve some of the benefits we listed above. For example, schools could greatly benefit from the metaverse. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, we saw firsthand just how difficult it was to use programs like Zoom and Google Meets to teach a lesson. There were several reports of students losing focus and grades actually dropping as a result of this kind of at-home learning. What's the driving force behind these shortcomings? The lack of an immersive experience. With the metaverse, students, young kids, and teenagers alike will be able to actually feel like they're in the presence of their teachers and colleagues, instead of just staring at a screen for 8 hours a day. With the metaverse technology, at-home learning could not only become a lot more beneficial, but it could be way more fun. There are so many opportunities for educational games that would require the students' full participation in the metaverse, which will not only help them focus and retain information, but make them actually want to attend school. We've already seen how teachers have implemented virtual reality in the classroom, and how it's been met with phenomenal success. Just imagine how much good a complete virtual classroom could do for the future of education. Teachers may benefit from the metaverse, but they are far from the only ones. Metaverse could change the entire landscape of creative fields like architecture and fashion design. Gone are the days of 2D illustrations, but instead working 3D models of your creations. Clients will be able to see your work come alive right before their eyes, and any notes for change they may have can be applied right then and there through the use of VR technology. Digital art has made leaps and bounds in the past few decades, as art programs have become more complex and available for artists. Metaverse may very well do the same thing, as it helps create artistic virtual spaces for these designers to really hone their craft. Is there another industry you think may benefit from using the metaverse? Share your thoughts with us down below in the comments. We cannot wait to hear what you think about this. It's not far-fetched to think that these industries we just discussed, and more we couldn't fit in this video, could be drastically changed from the metaverse. In fact, there are already online platforms that see hundreds of millions of people from all over the globe log in on a daily basis. Any guesses as to what those platforms might be? If you said Roblox, Minecraft, or Fortnite, you'd be correct. All three of these platforms have loyal users who not only use them for their intended purposes of gaming, but have created communities, spend money, and even attend virtual concerts all online. Metaverse plans to take the idea of these mass online communities and use them not only for gaming, but to change the world as we know it. However, that doesn't mean Metaverse is without its doubters. Remember, 46% of tech experts said they don't see the metaverse becoming as big as Zuckerberg expects anytime soon. And why is that? Well, for one, cybersecurity. Staying safe online is an incredibly important and sometimes hard thing to do. It's very easy to fall victim to hacking, identity theft, or phishing scams already. People wonder how hard it will become to avoid these types of cybercrimes as more people are online as opposed to real life. There is also the concern of surveillance. Some people have expressed concern that being 100% online for work will give their employers access to monitor their every move, which doesn't sit well for some. Another point that metaverse doubters bring up is the simple fact that many human beings prefer face-to-face interactions compared to virtual ones. They say that virtual reality only applies to a nice group of people. Those who are highly interested in technology and those who are not won't jump at the opportunity to spend over 8 hours a day, 5 days a week staring at a screen. This also brings up another major concern: health issues. We all know that staring at a screen for long periods of time can damage your vision and even cause dizziness to some who are extra sensitive. With a virtual office, would one be able to ever take a break from their screen and give their eyes a break? It's questions like these that we hope Zuckerberg and his team are able to answer as the metaverse continues to develop. That's it for today's video. We hope you learned more about the metaverse, and if you did, give us a like, a comment, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more content like this. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.